What is up, y'all? Welcome back out to the bench in the backyard. My name is Jordan, and I was at Lowe's the other day and found this Green Beauty Boxwood. It's Buxus japonica, or no, Buxus microphylla variation japonica Green Beauty. And the reason I picked it up is it was the only one that was a single trunk, and it's a pretty big trunk. It's about probably an inch in diameter. And I walked up on it and saw, you can see, really nice base on it. So, just so you can see the base a little bit better, we're looking at right there. It has a nice flare out, some nice strong roots up top. So we can come in, clear off this top a little bit. See if we can't get down to that base. And a lot of these small surface roots are going to go away. Because we've got these nice strong roots. So as far as the best base goes, it's either going to be there or there. I think it's actually over here because we have this root that actually comes down this way. And then we can try and get this root exposed and then bring it out this way to give us a little bit better base. But then it also has this strong first branch. We've got these two over here that are a little bit smaller. So we've got these two branches down here low on the trunk. We're going to go ahead and get rid of them. They're too low to use. As far as the rest of it goes, we've got looks like two main trunks. All right, so now that we've opened that up a little bit. All right, so I've got three coming out of this trunk. So if you consider this one trunk, two trunks, this one here in the middle, I've got 1, 2, 3 coming up. So which one do we get rid of? So if I take this one coming out of the back, this one does bifurcate fairly low down. This back one, is that foliage? The other one, all right, so we've got either that foliage, or that foliage. So this middle back one is our largest amount of foliage. I think this back one's going to come out. Well, yeah, if I just sit here and look at it all day, it's not going to turn into a bonsai. that's probably 70% of the foliage. But best thing about it, it's boxwood. It'll bud back. They're really, really good at doing that. I mean, that's why they're used as hedges. So, whew, I'm not used to it. It's chilly again. All right, so we took off like 60 to 70% of the foliage, which means we can take off a good bit of this root ball, which means we should be able to get it down to a point where it'll fit in a bonsai pot, which will be quite nice. I'll take a little bit more reduction. That'll take a little bit more reduction. Let me see if I got a bigger pot. I don't think I do. I do have this one. So that would be a possibility. But I think I can reduce it a little bit more. Get it down into that. All right, so we're going to get it down into that pot, which means I need to take about another 1/2 inch off the bottom, or at least reduce it. I've got a couple of heavy roots down here that I can cut back a little bit, just flatten out the rest. All right, so 2-hole pot again, which means when we come in here with our chopstick, coming in with an aeration layer, Using 2-1-1, 2 parts Akadama, 1 part pumice, 1 part lava rock. And our aeration layer is just going to be 1 particle size deep. And it's going to be everything in that mix that's over 3/8 of an inch. Then we're going to come in with 1 layer deep of our potting mix, which is everything from 1/16 to just over 3/8 of an inch. Then we come in just over that chopstick that we drove through the center of our root mass. Then we just come in, fill in with our potting soil. Bonsai soil, not potting soil. Something completely different. Then we're going to take our chopstick, and our first pass is always going to be around the outside of the root ball, making sure that we get plenty of soil in between the roots and the side of the pot, so that as those roots grow out, they have somewhere to go. We don't want them to just grow into dead space, because then they'll die off. And we won't expand our roots at all. And so now we're going in with a little bit of our moss top dressing. So this is classified sphagnum and green moss. It's about 2 or 3 parts sphagnum to 1 part green moss. You can do more green moss if you have it. It's towards the end of potting season, so I am running low on the green moss. And I mean, adding more is just going to make it so that the moss populates the pot a little bit faster. And just by putting some in there, we know that we're going to get a little bit of moss to grow, and it'll actually grow in nice and naturally instead of putting on sheets like I was doing last year. They don't really adhere to the top of the soil like a naturally grown moss would. So then on top of that, I've got our potting mix, but I've sifted out everything except for the 1/16 of an inch. So we're going to come around, sprinkle that over the top, and press that down in. Then we're going to wet the top. And press it in again. From there, it's just watering it in and letting it grow. We'll leave this one to grow out for the rest of the year. I might prune a little bit. And maybe later on in the year, we'll come in and do our first structural wiring. I don't want to do a whole lot to it today because we took a whole lot off. So I want to let it grow where it's going to grow. And then if any of these branches either get weaker or die off, we don't have to worry about oh my goodness, I cut something off that I really needed, or wired it to somewhere, and then I have to go in and move something around and maybe mess something up again. So that is how we're going to leave it for the day. But it's not actually it's not a bad tree. We're gonna have to do something up here with the apex. I assume we'll just bring it out, go more of like a flame style tree, where we're wider at the base, narrower at the top. So we'll come out but up, and out and up, and out and up. Probably something like that. So if you liked what you saw today, go ahead, like, subscribe, all of that fun stuff down in the bottom. If you didn't, the even more fun stuff, you get to make fun of me and what I've done to my trees, down in the comment section. Just let me know what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. I can't get better if y'all don't let me know what I'm doing wrong. I've only been doing bonsai for, I guess this is my 4th season or 4th year. First year, over the winter, everything died. So my oldest tree I've had for 3 years. But I think I'm getting better. Especially junipers, I've got those down. I've got a bunch of junipers, so I've kind of figured that out. Not doing too bad with my my deciduous trees, and I mean my broadleaf evergreens are all right too, I guess. But anyway, so yeah, make sure y'all leave me a comment down below. Let me know how I can fix my trees, how I can make my videos better, any of that. And until the next time I see y'all out at the bench in the backyard, just remember to grow them big, but keep them small.